Assalamu alaikum. Over the last few days, we have seen an avalanche of social media activity in which a million person march against the LGBTQ agenda that's supposedly taken over our school. This is a very unfortunate turn of events because we're not dealing here with an agenda that's taken over a school. All of the schools are trying to do, all of the specialists are trying to do, all of the policymakers are trying to do. At least here we're talking about the rational ones, the one that believe in data, not the one that I believe in ideology. They're trying to reduce the massive rate of suicide attempt and depression among youth who are identify as gays, lesbians, etc. Okay? People who identify as gays and lesbians suffer a significant level of abuse in schools. That's leading to 4 times the national average in attempted suicide. Schools are not teaching people to be gays. They're not teaching people to be lesbian. They are telling our children these people exist and you do not have any right to abuse them or to discriminate against them. What you see on social media is utter lies. First of all, education is provincial responsibility, it's not the federal responsibility. Many of the cases that went to court and where the ruling has been on behalf of the kids or in support of LGBT rights are based upon old laws that protect the right of the individual and protect the right of children. Weaponizing this against the vulnerable minority, weaponizing this for the sake of politics is an old tactic that has been used traditionally by extreme right groups in Canada and United States. The Chinese suffered because of it. The Japanese suffered because of it. The Jews suffered because of it. The Arabs suffered because of it. The Muslims suffered because of it. The blacks suffered because of it. Divide and conquer has always been a very traditional and very effective uh, weapon in the arsenal of these people. Hey, why do we have to basically dirty our hand where the Chinese can do it when there was the outrage or the murder of the Chinese youth in Metrotown, allegedly by Syrian refugees? Yeah, I'm a member of the Liberal Party. Okay. I do know policy very well. I know politics very well. When we went during the by-election, pardon me, at that time, we went canvassing for the member of the Liberal Party there. Okay. Knocking on door, and I've seen in person some of the flyers that were distributed. The same type of information, fears, all lies, first of all, or much of it is lies, misinformation, trying to basically stoke fears of minorities and trying to weaponize this. In that case, it was against Syrian refugees. Trying to weaponize this for the sake of politics. This is no different. This is not different. The same tactics that we're seeing right now by some people and is being used again and again. Look, some people who are doing this are obviously self-serving individual. Unfortunately, many of them, many of the people who are involved are crusaders that have best of intentions, but they are misinformed. They've never looked at the issue, actually studied the issue. Never went a single time and talked to the principal of their school. They've never been involved in the parent association in the school. I have. I know what they teach. I have two kids that go to school. And what we're told is utter lies. This agenda does not exist. Now, I do understand some people come from a religious background, and that's why people have the right during, you know, gay pride day, they have the option. You don't want to send your children to school during that day, don't send them. This is your right. Nobody is forcing you or taking away this right from you. As a matter of fact, if they try to take it, it will never pass legal challenges. There is another thing, okay? If we start taking away people's rights, what's next? It's going to be our rights that are taken away. Just remember, okay, that not long ago, it was us on the receiving end, and this would happen again. Some people may say, "Oh, this is basically you're stoking fear." No, that is history. That is the history of Canada. Actually, that's the history of humanity. When you allow other people's rights to be taken away, why would you think that others are gonna basically jump to protect you? It's not gonna happen. The history of humanity has always been be afraid of the other, be afraid of the other who's a little bit different or who's different. Okay. Look, I'm not asking people not to be concerned. Yeah, there are people on the other side that are also extreme. Okay. And I don't agree with every one of, with a lot of what comes up. Okay. Our job is to find a balance, a rational balance, a reasonable balance, not to go to one extreme or go to another extreme, but let rational concerns, okay, not be overwhelmed by fear, hatred, and prejudice. That move to another thing I want to discuss, okay? Probably before, okay? 75% of Canadians believe in LGBT, right? Okay? You're not going to change that, okay? You'll be able to change things on the extreme, okay? So, for example, and that's why it's very important for people to go and be involved in their school, be involved in political parties, okay? Because believe it or not, that's how you affect change. All of this is wasting your time, my time, everybody's time. In Canada, if you want to affect change, be involved. First of all, educate yourself on the topic. Because when you get involved in a political party, really getting involved, you're going to find out that 90% of that stuff is actually false. Because then you're going to actually sit down and basically look at policies and policy issue. And you're going to find out that what you see on social media is not reality. There has been multiple studies, that up to 90% of what you see on Facebook, TikTok, okay, is either totally false or partially false or slanted. So it's really our choice to decide which how we want to spend our time. Now the other thing I have always urged, I've been involved with the Arab communities for over 30 years. I know politics. I know what impact, how do you affect change in Canada. Anybody that want to affect change, really affect change, you had better be involved in the political party. There are multiple ways. Okay. There are those that I want to be involved heavily in a political party. Okay. And hopefully these people are rational human beings because the worst thing you can have is crazy lunatics coming from a community that will really destroy the image of that community within that space, especially a community that does not have the best of image. Okay, people may not like to hear it, but this is the reality of it. The Arab community and the Muslim community are not, okay, understand it. So be involved, be rational, be educate yourself about the topic, be involved. So this is for those who want to be really involved in it. Then there are those people that want to basically be involved a couple of hours a year or a few hours a year. Okay, join political parties, vote for people who support your causes. Elections in Canada, despite what you hear, are not truly won in the general election. They are members of parliament. We choose from really about four political parties. These members of parliaments are not chosen by tens of thousands of people. These members of parliament are chosen by several hundreds. People who are in political parties that go for and vote for the candidate of that party in the general election. So if you want to be influential, go and vote, go and be involved in those parties, even if only as a member, and vote. That's how you gain influence. Another way you gain influence, okay? Your children. The Jewish community is not influential in North America because of its numbers. It's mainly influential because it is a successful community. It is a successful community because many of its of children go to universities, graduate from universities. Many of them goes into business. They excel in what they do. And for our community to be successful, we have to excel. Not waste our times in crusades. Because what you see there, what you see on social media right now, are crusades that waste our times, waste our energy. And for what? To discriminate against an already abused community? Based on what? Misinformation? Falsehood? I mean, it blows my mind. I usually have about 20 minutes that I spend every day on, let's call it, politics. I normally spend it defending Palestinian rights. Okay? Go into a forum here or a forum there and respond to some of the hatred that's inflicted on Palestinian rights, okay, against Palestinians. Unfortunately, right now, I have to spend my time against hatred that's propagated from our community toward another vulnerable community. The same tactics, the same misinformation, the same hatred is the guiding principle of both attacks, whether it is on LGBT rights or against the Palestinian people. It's fear, fear of the other, and an absolute lack of information about the topic. Well, thank you very much for bearing with me. This is my first video ever outside uh, conferences about technical stuff that you'll be probably bored, that will bore you because sometimes it bores me, but that's my work. So again, my apologies that if I made you bear with me. Thank you.